I'm enjoying my mug of coffee here in my trusty Clemson mug. You can buy it, but I'm kidding. You can't buy it below. But if today you receive the phone call that you were the offensive coordinator for Clemson this weekend and you could call any play you wanted, you could do whatever you felt like, and or you were the defensive coordinator for a day, what would your game plan be against Clemson? I know what mine would be. And I'm going to share that with you in just a second. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're hanging out with me. Fair but good. If you love talking Clemson football, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. It is free, and the channel, y'all, it is growing. I've told y'all this before. This is not like 2010 when you could start a YouTube channel, and it could be a squirrel eating a lollipop, and all of a sudden it had 100,000 subscribers, and basically that's what it was. It's not like that anymore. So this channel is doing really, really well, and it's because y'all are just saying, hey, we're gluttons for punishment, and you subscribe. And so if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. It's free if you like what I'm doing. And if you'll do one more thing, pass it along to your friends and your buddies in your forums, on Facebook, whatever. Just let them know that, hey, I'm talking about Clemson football, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, well, the last two has been what we're used to. Also, I started another channel called Another College Football Podcast. I'll drop that link below this video here in a moment. I just talked about the upcoming weekend. You have Miami and Florida State getting together. You have Vanderbilt and Alabama. Believe it or not, Virginia's ranked number 24. They're playing at Louisville, who's undefeated. Had a really rocky start, but they're still undefeated. So go check that out and subscribe there as well. It's free. Okay. We know the problems that's going on at Clemson, and there's a mirage of reasons. Dabo didn't change with the times and go get 50 transfer portal players, and he's not paying high school kids $50 million to come in and play at a level they've never played before. We know that's the problem. It's not the coaches on the sidelines who actually schemes and develops the players. We know that that's not the problem. Or on the other hand, you do know that's the problem and that we could have implemented the transfer portal as needed in certain areas, but really it's the coaching issue. But I digress. If today I were given the call, you will run the defense or you will run the offense, or while we're in a fantasy world where unicorns exist and they win the lottery every day, you're running both shows. What would you do this weekend? Now, North Carolina is not a good football team. And I warn you about this in the preseason, that when I look at a football team and I know more about their team off the field or their organization off the field than on the field, that is a major warning sign. That is a stop sign. That is a hurricane siren going off, going, whoa, hold on, something is not right here. And that's all it's been at North Carolina since Belichick signed on. We know everything that goes on in his personal life. We see it. People are watching that. But when it's time to watch the football team, the whole reason the man is there, it's awful. Went to the transfer portal, got a bunch of players. It's not working out. But you have a Clemson team who has all of this talent that's returning, and we know what happened. Now, I'm going to do something that I normally don't do. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go to the NCAA.com stats. Now, this is where you can track who's the leading whatever in all of college football. So I'm going to show this to you. There's your passing leaders and so on. Even injured Steve Angeli is still in the top 10. But I digress. Scoring defense. Do you see Clemson or North Carolina there? Scoring offense. That's top 10, Brian. You're being a little too aggressive here. Scoring offense. Do you see North Carolina or Clemson here? No, don't see them. That's top 50. Let's go over to 50 through 100. Do we see Clemson or North Carolina? I see East Carolina. Don't see. No. No, maybe I overlooked it. Yep, it's all doo-doo pie here. There's South Carolina. Didn't see them. You know what? I'm just going to spare us from this because it's quite depressing. But there's nothing to write home about for either football team. What would I do against North Carolina? That's the reason you clicked in this video. What's my game plan? First off, if I'm running the offense, I am going to simplify plays. Well, Cage, at this point in his career, he should not have to have plays simplified for him because, okay, you know I'm a Cade fan. I believe he's the most ill-prepared quarterback by the coaching staff in the Dabo Swinney era. They did him no favors preparing him. But I agree with you that he is not playing well at all. He's missing wide open guys. But this is where we're at. So if you took over the offense tomorrow, you could spend the next 30 to 45 minutes pounding the table, screaming, yelling, and challenging your heart not to explode. Or you could look at the guy and go, what does he do well? He runs well. And if you simplify the play and really don't give him that many decisions to make, he does a lot better. I would move the pocket with him and give them the option to run or pass. That's 2 decisions, run or pass. That's all you have to do. Don't think about it too much, run or pass, okay? That's 1. Next, I would look at Adam Randall, who was averaging, 7 yards per carry, 8 yards per carry, somewhere in there. And I look at him and say, listen, dude, your 6'2", 230-poundish body is I mean, you've done well this year. We didn't run you against LSU, and they knew that. We're going to run you. But listen, pal, you have to tuck that football. You can't keep fumbling. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't want to replace you at all. But Adam, you know, if you were coaching this team right now and you were coaching you and you kept fumbling, you as Coach Adam Randall would replace you. You know that, don't you? Okay? I don't want to replace you because I see the good that you do. I see an unbelievable average per carry. I don't want to replace that. But if you're going to fumble the football, I have to replace you with David Easy and Gideon Davidson and Keith Adams Jr. I'm sorry. Tuck the football, my friend. I don't want you playing paranoid, but I'm just telling you, football 101 says you must tuck the football. At that point, I would run the ball 15 to 20 times with this guy. I would run him 15 to 20 times, and I would bring in, I'm going to do something that some of you totally disagree with. I would take Keith Adams Jr., I would bring him in, and I'd run him next just to pound them, soften them up in the first start, to do that in the first part of the game. Then I'd get fresh legs out there, maybe in the second quarter. And don't throw them out there to block. Put them out there to run the football and get Gideon and David Easy out there after these 2 bruisers have beaten down the defense. And I would run them. And then I would circle that. I would keep everyone fresh. There's no reason why a running back should be tired on Clemson's football team. No reason. I would run the football. Next, let's talk about the passing plays. If you run any sort of play too much, it becomes predictable. Can we all agree on that? The idea of getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick and out in the flats in space, the number 1 goal is to what? Get the ball to your playmakers out in space. And if you can get the defense to miss, they score. They gain a ton of yardage, what have you. If you continue to run that style of play over and over and over again, the defense knows it. Just like if you run delayed handoffs all the time, the defense knows it. If you're throwing a bomb every time you go out, 2 out of 3 passes is a 50-yard pass downfield, they're going to adjust to that. They'll put cover 3 over the top. They know that you're not going to go under. They'll play cover 3. They'll take that away like that. So what do you have to do? You have to call things sparingly. If you're going to try to get the ball out in space, make it not a play that is your identity, but treat it almost more like a gimmick play. And then walk that offense up and give them that same look again. And don't do don't do that play again for a while. Some good crossing routes with Tyler Brown and Antonio Williams. Sending Wesco and Moore, who, by the way, Moore's taller than Wesco, and Tristan Smith downfield, run some nice post. Stop and goes. Keep them honest. Use Bettenker. Good grief, use him. Use Sapp. Use these guys. And make the passing game unpredictable. Don't be afraid to take the shots down the field as the defense walks up to try to defend your running game that you have been probably taking advantage of them. And again, don't be afraid to run Cade. Let's flip to the other side of the football. We need pressure here. You don't have to play a perfect game against Gio Lopez in North Carolina. They're terrible again. They're terrible. The thing they do have the upper hand on Clemson is that this is a team that's thrown together in basically a soap opera of college football. Everything that's went on, unfortunately, in the offseason versus a Clemson team who has the roster for the most part. Clemson still should not be 1-3 right now. But they have the roster. They have the experience. They've not been using it. They don't have the coaching. I'm sorry. Again, you can portal it up, baby. You're still not going to have the coaches to develop and lead this team like they should. I would be bringing pressure. I would be disguising everything. And you're like, well, why would you do that against North Carolina? You really don't have to. Clemson needs this football game, folks. Because if Clemson loses this football game, you can go ahead and take this to your nearest local bank, FDIC, insured, and let them deposit it. That if Clemson loses this ball game, we're looking at Florida State 2024. And folks, we're not too far from the brink of hell right now. So if you're still over there mumbling to yourself about 16 and 18 in 6 consecutive playoffs, I just want to let you know that coaching staff, except for 2 of them, if my memory serves me correct, Dabo and Mike Creed are the only 2 left off that coaching staff. So while you're over there, self-soothing, got some Celine Dion playing in the background, all by yourself, watching replays of Hunter Renfrow catching the touchdown against Alabama, and you're treating it like it was yesterday instead of like 9 years ago. You're sitting over there doing it. You need to realize we're very close to this becoming a disaster that only Florida State has matched, right? It's awful. So you need to ensure that you win this game by beating the crap out of North Carolina. That does not reset your season. That doesn't make you an ACC contender. By the way, Clemson's at the bottom of the ACC right now. So if you're feeling a little down today, if you're in the upstate of South Carolina, it's a little cloudy, especially you're along the coast and the tropical storm and all that's brewing down there. It's a little gloomy. Maybe you're feeling a little down. You may not want to pay attention to this, but I'm telling you that this game is a must. You're not going to go to the college football playoff. You're not. All of those goals that everyone believed in them is gone. You have to nail North Carolina in the mouth and beat them and just take out your frustrations on them. Not because they're that good. It's because you've been playing that bad, that flat, that uninspired. So I would bring pressure from everywhere. And then I would drop guys in coverage who look like they're coming. You go, well, Brian, that sounds simple. Have you seen that this season? No, very little. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And if it's not fixed, you're not breaking it by fixing it. I would bring pressure. I would not allow them to breathe without my permission. And if they burn you on a couple of plays, but Gio Lopez or whoever's going to end up playing quarterback ends up on their back and you're having to pick themselves up out of the turf. I'm not talking about anything dirty, but I am talking football. They give you a helmet and a set of pads for a reason, okay? Make him feel it. Make him feel it. And he gets up and he's like, holy smokes, I thought these were a bunch of losers. And it's like, no. And I guarantee you Clemson limits them there. Next up, and this is just with personnel as a whole. At this point, I don't care how much you're making in NIL. If you look semi-uninspired, or you got this blank look across your face, or I see you over there counting, how many NIL dollars you've made, and you're kind of uninspired, you're still semi-hungover from last night, your butt's going on the bench, pal. And I'm going to get someone like a Jaheim Lawson who's ready to go and who's playing hard, and I'm going to replace you. I'm going to put a Tristan Smith out there, and I'm not going to run plays to him like I would run to, a guy my height, 5'9"-ish. I'm going to run plays to him so he can beast the DB that's on him, make him look like a child, make that DB look like a baby. I'm going to put the guys out there who want to play football no matter what they're being paid or what their draft stock should be, no matter how long they've been at Clemson. This is a critical time. The game plan calls for players who wants to be out there. I don't care what they tell you when the coach sits down and goes, hey, we just want to see what's your goals. Would you write down your goals and tell us what your goals is? Folks, let me tell you this. Watch people's lives, and a lot of times you'll find out exactly what their goals are. You may say one thing, but you do another. Is your goal wanting to make more NIL dollars? Okay, I'll play that game. You'll lose your NIL valuation. And if you have any dreams of going to the NFL, you're going to lose that too by playing this uninspired, this flat, produce this little. And that's what I would do, part of the game plan. Get the personnel right. If Cade can't see the field anymore, we're going to have to start working in Vizina and Denson. Maybe he should realize I'm going, and I've taken up for Cade. But if he saw someone out there playing quarterback other than him, what would that do to him? Some of these guys who are playing flat, if they saw someone else out there playing instead of them, and then the businessman kicks into them, the agent inside of them kicks in going, hold on, man. I'm not going to the NFL in the first round. No, you're not. You shouldn't even be thinking about the NFL. You're so enamored with NIL that the NFL is going to elude you, pal. And that's what I would do. That's my game plan. Get into the comment section, say hello to a few people in here. We got Taco Gaming. Good to see you, my man. Will Man's in here. Tristan, 44-16. Insert whatever word you want there. Jordan Jackson. Brian, what's good, my man? I'm running play action with eye candy. Two back set plays to get other running backs involved and not telegraph the run direction as well. I like that. Yeah. Option run and get ball in open space. Get the ball in our playmakers' hands in open space. Maybe flea flicker aggression. Woogie man. I like that as well. Tiger Tom says, fire Riley, hire Gundy. I'll pause on that. They're not going to fire Riley. His contract's just going to run out this year. And hiring Gundy, I don't think so. Can you imagine him and Dabo on the same staff though? They start screaming at each other. It would be funny. That's a Saturday. That's a skit I need to do. Holy smokes. I just figured it out. Gundy and Dabo working together. All right. Alex Patterson, I'm running Randall a lot, and I'm telling the secondary to stick to their man like a dirty T-shirt. Yep. 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 John answers. Dwayne Wicker for UNC, run the football and short the game for Clemson. Tell Cade to stay in the pocket and hit his receivers on time like that. 904 Canes, Brian grinding. Good morning, Brian. You could always come over to the dark side. Good to see you. Hey, listen. I will be previewing your game. I kind of did it on my new channel this morning where I was talking about college football as a whole, but on another college football podcast, my other channel, 904 Hurricane, I will be spending time on this game. I picked y'all to win. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I picked y'all to beat Florida State in Tallahassee, but I said it could be a toss-up. I know now you're not going to watch, and other people here's is not watching, but anyway, I shouldn't have done that, but I did. Because I'm the CEO, president, and janitor of this whole operation. David Woody, it's good to see you in here. Cade is like Tony Romo. He plays great till he comes to pressure or close games he can't finish. Was talking to my buddy who rides the Clemson campus bus to class, and he said the players no longer talk to each other or sit together. I heard someone say that a certain player has no presence in the locker room. Using a single running back for the past 2 years is silly, predictable. Yep, Jeff Laughlin, good to see you in here. Let me see. Catoosa 93, UNC Community College not beating Clemson. David J need to speed up the offense. I agree with that. Play tempo, and don't come down. No time for Cade to overthink. He looks better and hurry up. I like that. There's certain people, if you slow them down, I'm a person, if you slow me down, it starts to bother me because and that's one of the things I have to work on every day, Dave. I'll tell you that. The more I try to think about what to say or what to do in certain situations, the more I mess up. I'm still going to mess up if I don't slow down, but the mistakes are less. There's just certain personality types like that, and I'm one of those personality types. Bigelow Chandler Morris playing better than Cade, tried to believe, but Cade hurts my eyes. John Thomas, may there Clemson Nation. Oh, John Thomas, it's good to see you in here. Old supporter, long-time friend of the show. It's good to see you. Carl, Clemson is playing this weekend a team that plays just slightly above high school level. If they can't win by at least 35 points, it'll be a Clemson fail. Good to see you, Carl. Thanks for being in here. Oh, man. Carl Campbell's in here. Good to see you. I'm probably overlooking some people. Y'all forgive me. I see. The man 6373, Dabo Gundy would be epic. Yeah. I may just be putting a skit together for that one. A lot of people loved my Will Muschamp skit. SEC Dog said it's one of the funniest things he's ever seen. When Will Muschamp was still the head coach at South Carolina, and he called a press conference, and he was in shorts and a dress coat. I did that. And I had a beer there. And it was like, Coach Muschamp, are you drinking? It's like, yeah, I can do whatever I want to because they fire me. They have to pay me. So anyway, who knows? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll bring back some of my comedy. Folks, tell me what you think about Saturday. What would you do if that's right, if you were coaching Clemson on both sides of the football? What would you do? I know you're like, it doesn't matter. These coaches we're having some fun here. All right. Chill out, Sergeant. Smarty pants. That's all I could come up with. Chill out. Have a little fun. I get all worked up on here, but actually I'm having fun. I believe, honestly. But just chill out. We know, hey, trust me, we know we're not coaching, right? We know we're not. So anyway, tell me what you would do. Who's some of the players you would start? Who's some of the players you would bench? Yeah. I want to hear that. When y'all take care of yourself, pass it around, subscribe. It's free to subscribe and pass it around on your forums, all your friends, your buddies at work who love Clemson, even love to hate on Clemson, but maybe they'll show up. Pass it around on Facebook and so on. Y'all take care of yourself. And as always, go Tigers.